If you are watching this video, there is a good chance you are like me, or one of the many individuals who have failed to achieve their goals for years. What could be the reason behind this? What makes it impossible for most of us to stick to something important? Is failure a natural human tendency? I had many questions like this in mind. But finally, I understood that the answer is simple: a lack of self-discipline. Self-discipline is the most important skill you need to achieve the life you desire. In other words, self-discipline is the key to unlocking the door to personal fulfillment and the life you've been dreaming of. Now, let me tell you a story that made me understand the power of self-discipline. There was a young boy named Kai who lived in a peaceful village. He had a big dream in his heart, and he wants to become the best archer around. His eyes sparkled with hope, even though his archery skills weren't great. On a sunny morning, Kai found an old temple while roaming around. It felt like a hidden treasure to him. Kai was curious to see what was inside. Upon entering, he met an old monk named Master Li. Master Li was calm and wise. Kai asked, "Can you teach me to be a great archer, Master Li?" Master Li nodded and said, "To be a great archer, you must learn to be disciplined. Your mind and body must be in sync. Come, I'll show you." Master Li took Kai to a small archery area in the temple. He gave Kai a bow and arrow and told him, "Close your eyes and picture the target in your mind. See it clearly, feel it, and believe you can hit it." Kai closed his eyes, thought about the target, and felt the bow in his hands. He imagined the arrow flying straight and true. When he opened his eyes and let go, the arrow hit the target right in the middle. Kai was amazed. Master Li smiled and said, "This is self-discipline, Kai. When you control your mind and believe in yourself, you can do great things." Kai started training with Master Li. He worked hard every day. He learned to be patient and keep trying even when things got tough. Master Li taught him not to act on impulse and stay focused on his goals. One day, while Kai practiced, a crowd gathered to watch. They heard about him and wanted to see his skills. Kai felt nervous, but he remembered Master Li's words. He closed his eyes, thought about the target, and let go of the arrow. Guess what? It hit the bullseye and the crowd cheered. As time went on, Kai's fame as an archer grew. He took part in competitions and won many awards. But he knew that true self-discipline meant staying humble and working hard to get even better. One evening, as Kai walked through the village, he saw a young boy struggling with a bow. The boy couldn't hit the target. Kai went over to help. He taught the boy the basics of archery and how important self-discipline was. The young boy's face lit up when he hit the target with Kai's help. Kai smiled and said, "Remember, self-discipline is the key to unlocking your potential. With practice and believing in yourself, you can do anything." Kai's kindness and wisdom spread through the village. He became a mentor to the youth, not just a great archer. He continued to learn from Master Li, trying to improve not just his archery, but also his self-discipline. Kai never forgot the help of his Master Li, and he always admired him for his teachings. One day, Master Li called Kai to the temple and said, "Kai, you've come far in learning self-discipline, but there's one more lesson you need." That made Kai to think, and he listened closely as Master Li said, "True self-discipline isn't just about mastering a skill. It's about mastering yourself. To do that, you must look deep inside, face your fears, doubts, and pride." Kai nodded, understanding that self-discipline wasn't just about winning, it was about growing inside. He decided to go into the woods and meditate, to confront his inner struggles. After a few days, Kai sat quietly and began to think about his life and fears. He faced his fear of failing and letting others down. He let go of his pride that sometimes got in the way. He found a new kind of strength and self-discipline in that silence, a self-discipline he hadn't known before. When he came back to the village, Kai felt like a different person. He knew his journey wasn't over, but he found a path to peace and balance. A path guided by self-discipline. He still did great in archery, but he cared more about helping others find their own potential. Kai's story spread across the land. People came to him for advice, not just on archery, but on self-discipline. He taught them that self-discipline wasn't about strict rules. It was a tool to help them be their best selves. Years passed, and Kai became known as the wise archer who used the power of self-discipline to change not just himself, but many others. His story was like a legend, a reminder that with self-discipline, anyone can be great. As the sun set over the village and the hills, Kai smiled. He knew his journey was far from over, but he also knew he found the true power of self-discipline, a way to be strong inside and out. The Kai story teaches us that greatness can only be achieved through self-discipline and belief in oneself, both in our skills and as individuals. It reminds us that helping others find their potential is a profound way to contribute to the world. This is a story from a mind that listens. Like, share, and subscribe.